Let's cross over now to Serfin Achieng, who is standing by in Kilimani to give us a sense of the voting there. Serfin? Serfin, I hope that we're audible. Can you hear us? What's happening in Kilimani?
Serfin, what's the latest from where you are?
All right, like you've rightfully put it, Vicky, there we are coming to you live from Kilimani Primary School, which is one of the polling stations right here in Dagoretti North constituency, a constituency that has a total number of registered voters standing at 147,214. We are at Kilimani ward that has registered 36,414 voters. Of course, just looking at the process so far, it is around 2:05 in the afternoon, and right about now the IEBC officials are moving on smoothly with this particular exercise. Earlier on, there was a bit of issues as the voters who had turned up were being confused on which queues they're supposed to be part of. But of course, that has since been cleared. Of course, also, we had a bit of technicalities when it comes to the identification of voters. Some raised complaints about the SKIMS Kits failing to identify them. But information we've gotten is that the IEBC officials are utilizing other alternatives of identifying voters in the event that they face such hitches, which include scanning the back of the identity card to identify the security feature that enables the IEBC officials to address such challenges. And just to speak to the presiding officer at this polling station, Fred Kilimani, to tell me a bit more about how the process has been so far. Very good afternoon. We are live on Citizen Television. Kindly just tell us a bit about how this process has gone so far and any hiccups you have faced as officials and what you've done to address them.
Yeah, according to me, as I can say, in my polling station, I've not experienced too much hiccups because I think the queue just stopped like for around 15 minutes. But when we contacted the other center, at least they solved the issue. So we are back on track. Yeah.
A general comment on the turnout at this particular polling station. Tell us a bit about that as well.
I think the turnout is good because since we opened at 6, we have not stopped. Regardless, maybe that what we can say, maybe some voters don't know their polling stations, but we have not stopped. And as you can look outside at the queue, there are still so many voters who are still queuing there. So we hope by 5 we'll be done.
We have been here for quite a while, and we are noting some voters coming in and they're being directed to other centers. Tell me a bit about where the confusion is coming from, and what are you doing about it?
Sometimes when a voter comes, he gives you his ID. When you try to confirm from the fingerprints, is when you find that they are not reading. When you go to MRS, that's where you come to realize that they are not for this polling station. That means through scanning of the ID, you can identify the polling station of the voter. Then from there, you direct the person. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. That is Fred Kilimani, the presiding officer at this polling station, just talking to us about the process so far, citing that they have not experienced much of challenges since they began. But like I told you, there has been hitches with regards to the identification of voters using the SKIMS Kit. But the IEBC officials here were quick to find an alternative to address that. Of course, a bit of confusion also, Vicky, among the voters who some of them do not know which queues they're supposed to be part of, and that has really caused a bit of a delay for some of them who had to be directed to other queues. And of course, we are also just monitoring what is going on right now. The speed we have noted has increased a little bit. It takes fewer minutes, about 5 minutes on a maximum, for one voter to cast their ballot. They come in, get identified. Of course, the clerks there go about giving them the ballot papers that belong to the 6 elective positions, and each and every voter is given a chance to secretly mark their ballot papers to elect who they want to be their president, their governor, their senator, their member of parliament, member of county assembly. Then they go ahead to just place those marked ballot papers in the respective ballot boxes that, of course, the leads coincide with the color of the ballot papers, and they are requested to exit. One thing that the IEBC officials have been categorical about at this polling station is that as soon as a voter has cast their ballot, they are requested to go home and wait for the results to be announced. They are discouraging people crowding around the polling station, and of course also just calling for, people to remain silent as they come in to cast their ballot, not to shout, not to engage in any campaign activity or wear any outfit that is showing their support for any political party or candidate. So those are some of the issues that we have noted here. But of course, we also have agents of different political candidates also present just to witness how this whole process is flowing. And at the end of the day also, we will be able to stay close to how this is going to pan out, as the IEBC officials are going to do the needful to make the results public. So that's the much we have for you. One thing we noted also was how those who assisted voters are being taken care of at the polling stations. Of course, they are allowed to come with somebody they, let me use nominate for lack of a better term, who assists them to go about casting their ballot. But in the event they do not have that person, then the presiding officer assists that person, but of course being witnessed by the agents who are seated right here. So that is just to help each and every person to be able to participate in the, taking part of this very important event of electing the next crop of leadership in the country. Of course, we are going to be moving to different areas. I told you this constituency has 5 wards, that is also Kawangware, Gatina, Kileleshwa, and Kabiro. So we are going to be traversing all these areas just to see and compare how the process is going on so far, and we'll be updating our viewers on what we get there. But so far so good, save for the few confusion here and there among the voters, but they're being directed by the officials on how they need to go about casting their vote. That is the much we have for you from this end. Vicky and Trevor will be coming back with more once we get more information.
Fantastic, comprehensive brief there from Serfin in Kilimani. As she said, she'll be covering all the wards in Kilimani and, of course, many other areas within Nairobi City County.